Life in Japan. What is it like, you may ask? Well, it ultimately depends on how you choose to live your life. In this episode, I got lost in Tokyo, and I'll show you around along the way. So now I'm going to see if I can ask for directions. すみません。
はい。
小田急線はどこですか？
小田急線。
はい。
小田急線は明大前。
京線。ちょっと待ってください。Good morning, guys. So today, basically just gonna make a quick video of updating about the health and just how much I improved. And then I'm just gonna give a quick tour around Tokyo for the rest of the day. Alrighty, let's get started. I'm feeling much more better now. I was not feeling so good because I had a lot of internal inflammation and a bit of a cold. And the cold was very bad. It was so bad that my ears became swollen and inflamed. And I couldn't hear, just very barely. Everything it sounded as if I was underwater. And the situation was quite scary. So I went to the clinic immediately. And before I went to the clinic, I asked my fiance for some advice because she was going to tell me about what I can do. So, I was worried, thinking, how can I go to work? How can I go to school? How will this affect my daily life, and how long will this last? Is what I was asking to myself. It's a crazy morning. It's definitely a Shinjuku morning. Before I went and asked advice from the doctors, I tried to do a self-diagnosis online. I tried finding resources on the internet, and it kept saying that, otitis media, it takes a few months to go away. So after being told or looking on the internet for a self-diagnosis, I was really scared. And for some people, they suffered for years. I thought that I had the complications that I saw on the internet, and the doctor looked at me in a very funny way and said, what makes you think that you have that? Very glad that everything worked out, and the prayers that you all gave me, thank you so much, because if it weren't for your prayers, if it weren't for your encouragement, I would not have came this far. So at the end of the story, so how I became better was basically, number one, I immediately went to the ENT, which is the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and they prescribed me antibiotic eardrops and also a steroid. Now, they both are really important because the steroid helps out to basically decrease inflammation and open up the ear canal if it's swollen. The antibiotics also does the same thing. However, it kills the bacteria, and it immediately targets the fluid that is trapped in the middle ear. So, and it immediately just starts to decrease it. So for the first 7 days, just very gradually, my ears start to get a little better because the ear canal began to open. However, it was not much progress. It was just a very small amount of progress, and it was still difficult because at work, I would become agitated and a bit anxious at work because, well, I can't really hear that many people with the fluid in the ear and the other ear. So my right ear had bleeding, internal ear bleeding, which goes away. And that right ear had a better sound. The left ear had the fluid from the cold. So basically, it had a lot of, mucus build up inside the ear. So immediately I went on YouTube and started doing the techniques of how to drain the middle ear. So, the YouTube videos were very helpful for me because I immediately started draining out the middle ear, and it really helped to clear up a lot of that fluid, and I would share in the video the technique of how to drain out the middle ear. Now, so the part that got me better was my fiance. She really helped me a lot. My little sister. So I'll first name off the people who helped me the most, which was number one, my fiance, my sister, and my little brother. My fiance, she found a doctor's clinic for me and she bought me food when I was not feeling so well. And my sister, she helped me so much because she is the reason why I came this far in Japan. Without my sister, without God, I wouldn't have came this far. So Shitara, my little sister, has really helped me. She's given me advice and she's provided me a lot of financial support. And I thank her so much, you know. And I'm not the type of person to always ask, and I don't feel comfortable, you know, just, you know, I don't want people to feel like they are a bank account. You know, I love my sister and I genuinely, like, we're like best friends. So Satara, she knows me very well. She would ask me how I'm doing, and then she would offer to help me or give me support without, I didn't even have to, I didn't ask for it, you know, and it's such a blessing. That's the type of person she is. She's the type of person where you don't want to take advantage of because she has such a really good heart. She's such a good person. So through the help of my sister and my fiance really helped me with bringing food. So to the part of how I got better. Really, really early morning. Fresh morning. It's a little warm today, very surprisingly so. Usually it's very hot, but today's very warm. Very, very surprised. So now I'm feeling much more better. And again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's prayed for me. It really helped me a lot, actually. So your prayers helped me a lot. Now I have to do some studies before I take my big midterm exams today. So wish me luck. I don't know why. I just love taking videos of trains. It's just like a hobby of mine. I just love it. Trains are just so cool to me now. Ever since I lived in Japan, I just fell in love with trains so much. It's so quiet this morning. There's a big bell. It's very interesting. One of the things I love about here in Japan is that you can find a quiet, peaceful place in any town. Like, if you want to go to a quiet place to pray or to relax, there's always a shrine that you can come to. It's really, really cool. It's very interesting for me. All right. It's almost time for me to go back to class. train should be coming any minute now. Oh, there it is. Super train. Such an aggressive train, I think. There's a lot of good food places in this area that I like a lot. Especially, there's a lot of Chinese I see. I'm going to ask one more person for walking directions to the Odaki line. To decrease the inflammation, and it really helps to unplug the ears and allow the fluid to drain in the ears. So my fiance, she had this throat candy in her bag, and then she gave it to me. I took a bite of the throat candy, I ate it. Suddenly my ears start to get a little better. So I said, this is kind of weird. Why is my ears feeling better? Why do I hear much louder now? And then, so later that day, we went home. I ate a lot of big dinner, vegetables, fruits, meats, and then I took a shower. It was a very warm shower, so I think it opened my nasal passageways. And as I was washing the dishes, suddenly my ears popped, and I can suddenly hear again very loudly. And it was so amazing because all week I couldn't hear nothing, like pretty much anything that was about 12 inches away from me. And it was so difficult because I had to go to school and go to work, and I had to really listen hard as I could. And people that have low voices, I could not hear it at all, and it was stressful. There was one time I had to go to class, and I talked with the school, and I asked the university, I said, hey, I have this medical emergency. Am I allowed to take classes online? All right, well, I have no Wi-Fi because I'm using an old phone that doesn't have service, and I walked very far from the train station. I think I'm about 30 to 45 minutes away. So I'm going to find my way to the train station and hopefully make my way back